This video is different because these are analytics that you can use even if your channel is literally brand new by showing you what I'm doing with a channel that started days ago. Howdy everyone, Nate here. The first YouTube analytic we're going to be looking at here is your suggested video traffic, and I'm going to be showing you with a client's channel that just started days ago. Here's why we're going to be using suggested videos, because it gives you an early indicator of whether your channel is being classified correctly by the algorithm. And we can do that even with a channel like this that has 129 views, 10 subscribers, and 2.6 hours of watch time. So what you're going to do is click Analytics, then click Content up here at the top, and you're going to scroll down to this box, How Viewers Find Your Videos, and we're going to click Suggested Videos. Now what this shows is, as of right now on this channel, about 50% of all the total traffic on the channel is coming from these suggested videos. YouTube is suggesting these videos from this channel to other viewers of other channels' videos. And I'm going to show you why this is so significant by sharing a crazy story here. You see, with Chris, who owns this channel, we each independently did a form of auditing our niche, auditing the niche that we're trying to target with this channel. And if you want to know how to do that on your own channel, I made a video about it. I'm going to put it up here for you to watch after this. We each came up with a list of competitors or channels that had the audience we wanted to capture with this channel. Now there was overlap between the two lists that we created, which was already cool to see. But then when we came to the suggested videos on this channel, brand new channel, look at what we found. If you go down here and you click See More, you're going to pull up this, which gives you a list of all of the videos suggesting your videos. So stepping back here, why this is so significant. These videos, each of the videos on this list, are a video that already existed on YouTube that the algorithm has seen and said, this new channel, this channel we're looking at right now, has a video, and we think that it might be similar to the videos on this other already existing channel. It might be similar enough to suggest it in the sidebar if they're watching on desktop, or below the video if they scroll down on mobile. So here you can see the total impressions given to these similar videos, as well as the click-through rate and the actual amount of views garnered from these videos that already exist on YouTube. Here is why this is so valuable to me. Those lists, you remember those lists that Chris and I came up with that we were targeting these audiences on YouTube? The number of videos here that were from those channels was mind-blowing, meaning we had intentionally targeted these areas with the content, the metadata, and the topics, the titles and thumbnails of the videos that we produced to match these already existing audiences, so we could quickly show the YouTube algorithm this is our audience on YouTube. This is the audience we're trying to target because we're trying to help them out. And what the suggested list is showing us, or showing you, even if you have a very small channel, is how clearly the algorithm is classifying your content. And as I scroll through this list of suggested videos that the YouTube algorithm is serving this channel's content to, at least 90% of them are exactly on point. Let me put it this way. If you have a larger channel with a more significant volume of views on your channel, YouTube adds some very important and interesting boxes to your analytics. One being other videos your audience is watching most recently, and two being other channels your audience is watching. Small YouTube channels, unfortunately, don't have access to those until they get a critical mass of viewership. But what they do have, what you do have, is this. So let's get into some actions here. As you're looking at this on your own channel, here's what to do. If you look at these suggested videos and at least 70% of them are not matching the type of audience you're trying to gather on your channel, you need to make it more obvious with your video content. And one of the best ways I have found to do that is during the entire production of your video, think of it in terms of this. What is the audience I'm trying to match with my video? And let me make sure I make it abundantly clear in the words I speak in my video, as well as the title and thumbnail especially, and the first line of the description. This is what this video is about. Make it super, super clear to make sure your video, as you're targeting the metadata or the content of the video itself, does match the audience you want. All right, it's time to move on to the next analytic here. But first, if you're enjoying this video, it's being helpful or eye-opening to you, boop the like button on it. Thank you for doing that. The next YouTube analytic we're going to be looking at here, especially for new YouTubers or smaller channels, is the most replayed graph. I'm going to pull up one of my older videos to show you this. If you hover over a video and you see the gray hills and valleys part below the video, Now, why is this so useful, especially for smaller YouTube channels? It's because you can do it even if you don't have a YouTube channel. You see, what you're gonna do is after you've audited your niche and understood your niche better, shout out to the video you should watch after this all about that. But once you've identified these channels, is you can then go to their videos and see which parts the audience is liking the most. This right here literally shows which parts of the video, the audience that watched this video, of all the thousands of views that watched it, which parts were watched the most. You can also use this on your own videos as you get more viewership. But the main thing we're looking for here is the high points, especially on this viewership. Now I'm going to talk about what to do with those high points here in a moment, but first I wanted to address the opposite. I have watched a lot of videos that seem to have a pretty low point throughout most of the video. In fact, I was trying to find an example so I could show you here, but many of these videos have pretty low for the entirety of the video. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean that most people don't like the video? I actually do not think that it does. A more flattened out hills and valleys on this indicator more means that people are choosing to watch for continuous segments of the video, and they're not jumping around as much, which, if you're following me, means that that creator, for the amount of views that they have, is retaining audience really well. But for the high points, these are some of the hints, the reasons why you see big spikes in videos. First, if there's chapters in the videos, people tend to jump from chapter to chapter. That might cause those high points. 2, if it's after a sponsored segment of the video, a lot of people skip ahead on sponsored segments. 3, if a visual is being shown in the video, people are more likely to, as they are scrubbing through the video, say, oh, there was something happened right there. I'm going to jump to that section. 4, a joke was shared that people need to go back and watch again. And 5, a peak moment or a big reveal happening in the video. All right, now we're on the bonus round. I debated including this in here, but I'm going to do it because it's just so dang helpful. What we're looking at is your audience tab up here. Go ahead and click audience. This graph, returning viewers versus new viewers. You've got to understand this graph because it gives you indicators of what to do next with your content. If your returning viewers is consistently low, it means people aren't choosing to come back to your channel. So what do you do about that? You invite them to watch other videos on your channel and you give them clear reasons to watch the next video. And if you want a meta example of that, well, what have I done earlier on in this video? Go back and rewatch and see if you can catch what I did. But also what you want to do here, and not many people talk about this, is you want to make sure you have a feeling of welcome in your videos. That when people arrive to your videos, they can understand quickly what they're about and feel like they're in the right place. And if it'd be valuable to you to have a whole video about what I just said, please do let me know. All right, now if your new viewers is consistently low or lower than your returning viewers, what that means is your channel isn't growing. I say that partially in jest, but the reality is a YouTube channel that is not acquiring new viewership is on a steady decline. So what you need to do, if you're seeing a consistently low amount of new viewership, is you have to branch out and start trying new ideas. The number of new viewers that are arriving and using the YouTube platform consistently goes up. I'm not even talking about new creators that are trying to build or create or share content. I'm talking about viewership, just people watching YouTube. That number is always going up and attention is always moving from one location to another on YouTube. So a channel that is not acquiring new viewership is stagnating because of that. Okay, so if that's happening to you, first, try new ideas. Try some fresh ideas to get new audience in. Second, improve the quality of your videos. If your videos aren't showing good watch time or watch percentage, then that means that they probably aren't as enjoyable as your competitors. So now I'm gonna say it, everyone. If you wanna know the process that Chris and I went through to get these early wins of the suggested traffic to that channel, you're gonna wanna watch this video next.